One study I found indicates that 85% of people now search online for a church before actually visiting it in person. This means that without a quality website, your church could be missing out on so many different opportunities to connect with new visitors and engage with your community. But imagine having a welcoming online space that brings your church's message, events, and services right to people's fingertips. Well, good news. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process of building a church website that draws people in to help you spread the gospel. But first things first, before we begin building our website, we need to choose a platform to build on. Now, there are so many choices here. And since I've been creating websites for over 10 years on dozens of these different platforms, I'm gonna make this very, very easy for you. If you have little or no coding experience, you don't wanna worry about your website getting hacked. You wanna make sure that your website looks good on both desktop and mobile devices. And you need something that is simple to use and very affordable. My top recommendation is a platform called Wix. It comes with built-in tools for donations, event management, and sermon uploads, while many other platforms, they do not. And Wix is also free to begin. So here's how to sign up and join right now. So the first thing that I need you to do is click right up here to get over to Wix. Or if you're not clicking that, you can go into the description and click on the link there. Now I do have to mention this is an affiliate link, so if you use it, you are supporting my channel, and I'm truly, truly grateful for that. Okay, so now that you've clicked on the link, what you can do is you can go and put your email in here like I have. Just go ahead and click on Start Now. So it's gonna have this, your email, confirm your email. You had to create a password. I will go with that suggestion. I'll change that after this video. There we go, we'll click on Sign Up. I am not a robot, that is true. So who are you creating the website for? You could just say for myself, my business, or a friend. That's totally fine, continue. Great, now that we're all set up on Wix, let's move on to the essential pages that will make your church's website welcoming and functional. First is your homepage. So this is often the very first place that people will visit when they get to your website. So it should set a very welcoming tone. You want to include a brief greeting that reflects your church's personality, the service times, and a snapshot of what your church is all about. And you also want to include some nice images from the community and the church within as well. So now it's going to ask, what is the site about? What are you doing, right? So you can set up without a chat if you want. I actually like to go through this chat because it kind of helps set up all the different modules that you'll need inside of your site. So you'll see what I mean. So we'll go ahead and click on Start Chat. So let's get started. What is your site about? It is a website for my church. Let's keep it simple. So what is the name of your church? We're gonna say New Beginnings. It's gonna be the Church of New Beginnings. We'll just leave it at that. And what type of services does your church offer? Now, I like this specifically because you can really segment down what it is that your church is doing, and it'll actually customize everything for you here. So I copied this. We have offerings, so we have worship services, youth programs, Bible studies, community outreach, events and social activities, fellowship gatherings, potlucks, holiday celebrations, mission trips. Those are all the things that we have. And it's nice because, like I said, it'll kind of create modules to help you manage those things. So let's go ahead and click there. And then it's, asking, do we have specific goals? I think we can kind of just skip that question. Put whatever you think makes sense. This one's important. What city and state is your church located in? So we'll say Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so now it tells us that we're all set, and it basically has created the backbone of your site for you, right? So now we'll go to the dashboard, and this will take a second to set up. Okay, so this is what you're gonna see when you're here. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, where's the site? So again, this will set up the backbone of the site. Now you can do the custom domain, things like that. Like I said, this is completely free. If you do get a custom domain, you will have to upgrade your plan. It's a very reasonable price, but there's no pressure to that whatsoever. That's completely up to you. But we won't even get into that. What I do want to talk about here is how we can actually design the site and kind of this interface so that you understand. So this is, on the left side, you can see all the different things that it has. So getting page, the booking calendar, events that you have, sales, catalog, blog, apps if you want to add different things to it. And a lot of this is customized to a church website. But the first thing we have to do, we have to make the site, right? Because right now we don't really have a site. We have the backbone of a site, but we don't have the site. So let's go ahead and click on Design Site. Now, you can generate a design with AI here if you want to try to go through that. I don't think that it's a great AI designer, and when you watch this, if you see this in the future, it may have gotten better, so you can test that. I highly recommend it, at least for now, to pick a template, okay? Don't try to code a site from the beginning. You're gonna have to hire a designer for all that. Don't even do that, okay? It's just easier to pick a template. So we're gonna go to here, we're just gonna put church, press enter, and there you go. So we have this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 different templates, 7, oh, that's for a blog. This is for a Bible camp. So we basically have 6 different versions, 7 or 8. And I do wanna make it clear, all these versions that you're seeing, everything that you're seeing, we can customize it with our own images, our own text, all that, right? But this will give you something that you could just click and, without having coding knowledge, can really adjust. So we'll just go with the first one right here. I think that this is a nice church right here, a nice church website here. We'll click on view, and there you go. This is what your website can actually look like in the beginning, right? You can have a senior pastor right on top there, different events. It's exactly what you really want, right? I would say maybe you want to add, the hours and things like that on this page, but otherwise it's a pretty good template. I like this one a lot, and like I said, we can customize it. So we are just going to say edit. That's going to be the one that we're going to go with. Next is the About Us page. So this is where you can share the heart and the soul of the church. So you want to talk about your mission, your vision, and your values. What really drives your congregation? It's also a great place to introduce your pastor and staff, maybe even include some personal stories about how they felt called to serve. And this helps visitors get to know the people behind the church, making your community feel much more approachable and authentic. Okay, so there it is. We have it loaded up, took a minute, but it loads up and you can see your entire website here, okay? You can always click on preview at any time if you want to see what the full site looks like and everything like that. And it already has the new Beginnings Church, which is great. We obviously could maybe change some things with the logo and things like that. So let's go back to the editor. We want to make sure that we can adjust this. So the nice thing that I like about Wix is it's all drag and drop. So we can go into here, we can click on edit, we can adjust anything that we need to adjust and get rid of it really quickly, right? So that's nice. So this is, if you want to change the logo, you can click change right here to do that. You can change what this says, right? So we could just say New Beginnings Church. There we go. So we have all that. And then we can basically just adjust it to whatever we need. Each of these buttons and things like that, you can essentially scroll down to each of this and just kind of click into it. And as you can see here, if you scroll over, it's just going to show you. So this says join our community. Well, if you want to change the link to where that points to, you can click here, and which page, you could choose the page itself, a web address, which page you want to go to. We said join, so we probably would want to go, send them over to a visit page where they can actually visit to check everything out. Again, this is just the homepage. So then we have the sermon section, which is great. If we do the play video, usually I just say, hey, they have Wix video. You can also do this on YouTube, kind of your decision on that. And then, all these images, text that we have, everything throughout. I do want to mention something that's kind of cool here. So we have this image of what looks like to be a pastor here. You can actually create AI images. So I'll say you probably don't need them in most cases, right? Because you probably have images from within the church. But if you click on create an AI image, it actually has an AI image creator. Okay, so I put a pastor standing in front of a crowd smiling while holding a Bible. We'll click on create an image. It's gonna take a second to create it. Okay, so we have an image here. Like I said, you'll probably have them from the church, but it is nice that they give you this option to where you can use these AI images, and there's no licenses or anything that you got to worry about, or any image, paying for that. But you can see there, now he is, senior pastor, Reverend James Waters is now a different guy. So you can adjust that as needed. And then you have all the events here, etc. So it's pretty cool that this is, I mean, basically you have a site, you can publish at any time. We'll go ahead and click on publish just so you can preview it, and then we can always go back. So this is going to be when we view the site, this is where it's going to be now. So that's it. We already have a site set up, right? The next page here is the sermons page. So having a sermons page is crucial for reaching people who can't always attend in person. It allows them to stay connected with your teachings, and you can upload audio or video recordings of past sermons, organized by date, topic, or speaker to keep them connected. The different sermons, I don't know that I think that this has, yeah, different, all the things to this. Again, you can set this up to where you just use Wix Video, or you can use YouTube to do this. Now, I did mention there are some things that you need to create, right? And luckily, they have some of it. We'll probably get rid of the search bar and adjust this shopping cart. We don't really need that. But you have events right here, right? And you can actually register for the events, music, or sermons, whatever you want to change this to. So if you're looking at changing that stuff, because obviously there's quite a bit of it, here's how you can change it. So before we change anything, let's go into, we click up here, right, which is the header. I want to click on manage the menu because there's quite a few things that are kind of showing up here. Okay, so the first thing is we've got this search and this cart icon. So let's just move the search over. We can just click and drag it. We can also delete it if you don't want that. This cart icon, I don't really think that we really need this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove it. Okay, so we just right click and we can delete this. We don't really need a cart. Okay, so now it looks even just right now a little bit better, right? You can click on here again, managing the menu. There's just so much that's on here, and I don't think that we really need all of it. Right, so I think that we can get rid of leadership because I think that that's very redundant. I don't think that we need that. I think that that's already kind of in there with the About Us area. I think we can also get rid of the Home section. We don't really need this, quite honestly. You can keep it if you'd like, but I don't see a need for it. So right now we've got About Us, Sermons, Events. We want to make sure that we get Ministries, Donate, and a contact page, okay? So we've got music. I don't think that we really need that. Again, you can customize this however you want. You're not going to hurt anybody. So we're going to hide this from the menu as well. Next is the event page. So the events page keeps your congregation informed and involved. Include a section with upcoming church activities like Bible studies, community outreach events, or special services. Make sure to update it regularly so everyone can stay in the loop. A well-maintained events page can help foster a real sense of belonging and encourage participation. The events, you can set up all the events in the back end. They're really easy to do. You just basically fill out some information, include an image, it'll do it for you. And next we have ministries. So for a closer look at what your church offers, you definitely want to add a ministries page. And here you want to describe the various programs and groups such as children's ministry, youth groups, adult Bible studies, or community service opportunities. Explain how each ministry supports spiritual growth and ways that people can get involved. This is especially helpful for visitors who are looking for specific programs that meets their family's needs. And we want to add ministries. So to click add page, a blank page, you can really kind of choose how you'd want it to really look. I would say more of a general page would probably be better. Yeah, probably something like this. That'd be good. Okay, so it's going to take a second to add the page, and we will change it to ministries. Done. And next is the donation page. So a donate page is essential for churches that rely on online giving. You want to make it easy for people to contribute by offering secure online payment options like credit cards or PayPal. And explain how the donations, they support the church's mission, such as funding outreach programs or maintaining the building. Explaining the positive impact of giving to the church can really encourage more contributions. Okay, So now you can see we have About Us, Sermons, Events, Contact Us, Ministries, and then the blog, and then the Donate, right? I'm not going to spend all of our time here going through and adjusting the look of everything, all the text within. Every one of these pages you can click and you can edit as needed. There's also a billion tutorials online to show you how to do this. But this is how you can create each and every one of these pages. And then finally, we have the contact page. So the contact page, this is where you can list your church's address, the phone number, email, and all the different social media links. You might also want to add a simple contact form so that visitors can easily reach out with questions or prayer requests. Make sure that this page is easy to find because you want to ensure there are no barriers to connecting with your church. So I think one thing that's important, let's go to the contact page. All the other pages I feel like are pretty clear, but the contact page, we want to make sure that we make it really easy for people to contact us as needed. So here's all the information. Again, you can just click, change all the text, edit text, whatever you want to do within. The bigger thing is let's add a contact form because you're going to need to do this. So we can click on edit form right here. And really simple stuff. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna make it so that when somebody fills it in, it'll automatically take the form and email a copy of it to you so that you can see all the information. Add all the form fields that you want, their first, last name, we could do first name, email, their phone number, whatever it is that you wanna do, short answer, long answer, ask them exactly what questions they have. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory because all you have to do is just change the field title to whatever you want, and they can basically do it. And then the most important thing is that when they click on the submit button here, you want to click on settings, and it's a little weird. You don't want to click here. You want to go up here to settings. This is the form page, so we'll just say contact page form, right? This is all fine, confirmation. Usually you can just show a message on the page. It says, thanks, receive your submission is great. Payments, we don't really have to worry about so much. But it looks like what it's going to do is it's actually going to email the email that you signed up with. That's probably what it ends up doing here, it looks like. So that's pretty much it. I mean, after you do that, you have a contact form, you have everything set up. Again, I don't want to spend all of our time doing all the design here myself. I mean, there's a lot of images, text, whatever you can put up into there. But that is the shell of anything that you need is going to be right here. And then we'll just go to the preview one more time here, right? And this is actually going to be the site. So we've got About Us, Sermons, Events, Contact Us, Ministries, Blog, and Donate. If you go to About Us, you have all this. And then the contact page, which will have a contact form, which we already went through. The Ministries page, I mean, there's a lot of editing that would be needed here to make it the way that you want, but you can edit all this as you feel fit. The blog, and then the donation, which is pretty much already set up as well. So they do make it very easily, or very easy to do all this. It just doesn't take much. You do have to set up some other things for the donation to properly work, but they make it really easy to do all this stuff. That's one of the best parts about Wix. Congrats, you officially have a church website ready to go. But now that we have the site up, we need to make sure that Google knows about the website so that it can show it to people who might be interested in attending the church. And sure, people can put your church URL into the web browser directly, but how will they find you otherwise? So the answer to this is something that is called SEO, or search engine optimization. And this can get pretty complicated as a topic, but I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. First, you want to make sure that you're using phrases that include your church name and the location. Something like Church of Jesus Christ in Chicago, Illinois. And you want to use those on your website. That helps search engines connect your website to a geographic area, making it more likely that your church will appear when people look for churches nearby themselves. In addition, I highly recommend that you open a Google Business profile. And this is free, but this will make it so that your church will show up on Google Maps and make it easier to find on Google itself. And lastly, claim your church's profiles on social media platforms as well. I personally recommend building Facebook and Instagram profiles myself, but you can do more if you'd like. One big thing about this though is to make sure that all of these profiles on Google or social media make sure that they are all pointing back to your website so that you're always bringing them back to the one asset, which is your website, that you fully control. And once your church website is up and running, maintaining it is key to keeping visitors engaged and ensuring that everything works smoothly. So you could start by keeping your content updated. This means, regularly posting new sermons, updating events to keep visitors aware, and sharing announcements like special services or community activities. Fresh content not only keeps your congregation informed, but also shows new visitors that your church is very active and very welcoming. Now, because I have already told you to use Wix as opposed to something like WordPress, we don't have to worry about security or website speed or server upkeep, etc. So just focus on maintaining the content within the site itself, and you'll be doing exactly what you need to do to succeed, and let the folks at Wix maintain their systems as needed. Next, let's talk about how to keep your church members engaged beyond just visiting the website. So one of the best ways to do this is through email marketing. Regular email updates can help you stay connected to your congregation and keep them informed about upcoming events, new sermons, volunteer opportunities, and just overall important announcements as a whole. Now you might be thinking, yeah, but we have social media for that. Well, let me tell you why that's not correct. So you can think of social media as a room where all of your church members are in attendance, and you have a megaphone, you're standing at the front, and you're using it to make an announcement. Some people will hear you and they will get your message, but many of them will be distracted by their own thoughts, their phones, their prayers, or a number of other things that are going on in their life. And this is how social media works, because oftentimes, even if you're posting updates, your congregation isn't even seeing the message due to how a lot of these social media algorithms are. So social media is a one-to-many communication. You announce something and hope that they listen. Email marketing, completely different. With email marketing, you can send one broadcast message, but make sure that it falls into the inbox of every single member of the church that's on the email list. Plus, you can customize these messages so that they're more personal, and you can include things like the member's name or their last name, other family member names, etc. And even cooler than that is that you can set up automation. And this means that if somebody signs up for the church email list today, you can create an onboarding series to help them understand the church and the impact it's had. So for example, let's say a new family moves into the neighborhood and they sign up for the church email list. Through automation, you can make it so that 24 hours after they sign up, they receive an email that warmly welcomes them to the church community and introduces the church's the mission and the core values. This email could include a brief message from the pastor, along with links to helpful pages like service times, location, and upcoming events. And then 3 days later, they can receive a second email that highlights the different ministries and programs available, such as the children's church, youth groups, and Bible studies, so that they can learn about more opportunities to get involved. And then a week after that, you could send an email inviting them to an upcoming event, like a newcomer's lunch or a family fun day, where they can meet other members and feel more connected. Now remember, this is all done through automation, meaning that you don't have to keep clicking and sending all these new emails. What it really means is someone signs up and then this thing, it automatically happens in the background. You set it up once and then it continues on without you intervening. And then when they reply back to the email, yeah, you may have to respond then, but otherwise it goes out automatically. So it's very, very helpful from an engagement perspective. So you can think of email as a direct line to your church community. It's personal, it's targeted, and it allows you to reach people where they're most likely to actually see it. Sending a weekly or monthly newsletter with updates and devotionals can really encourage members to stay involved, even if they can't make it into the service. To make this process easy, I recommend using a platform called Brevo. It's a user-friendly platform that allows you to create beautiful email campaigns and manage your email list effortlessly. It's worth noting that Wix does have email marketing built into the platform as well, but I recommend Brevo because it integrates really easily with Wix. It's completely free to start, and it really is in your own best interest to own the email list yourself. You can click right up top on this link right here, or you could check in the description for the link if you want to get access to that. And now that you have a website, the next thing you need is an active email list, and I want to help. So to learn about how to use email marketing and Brevo in your church to encourage more participation, members, and donations, I need you to click on the video right up here. That'll go over everything you need to know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button so that YouTube shows it a little bit of love, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.